What's up, guys? Renasant here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are right where we left off, just outside Pont of Sullivan's Bonfire, and we are going to proceed through this area right here, which if you played Dark Souls 1, you already know what this is, but we'll find out when we get to it. Changed armors today. We got the Nameless Knight helm. We are rocking that Silver Knight armor, some Fallen Knight gauntlets, and Pontiff Knight leggings. I like the silver armor a lot. It looks really good. The only thing that annoys the ever-loving crap out of me is the friggin' cape. Which, anybody that played Dark Souls 1 will tell you the same thing. This cape is just bleh. Vomit. It's the worst. So anyway, we're just gonna go up here. This coming few areas is a fairly challenging, fairly challenging area, but it's nothing that we can't handle. You will notice an item right there. We can't get that right now, but we will be able to shortly. So there's a lot going on that you may not notice if you're just running through here, but one thing you may notice is these deacons, which you can only see a couple of. You see one walking through there. There's about 10 or so deacons up there from the Cathedral of the Deep. Chunky monkey. Fatty 2x4 cannot fit through the kitchen door. They will shoot fireballs at you if you go down there. So you, right off the bat, you should assume to kill all them first before you even traverse this area. Secondly, there are 2 living giants down there. All the rest are actually dead. I believe it's that one and either that one or that one. I don't know. We'll find out when the time comes. And then you also may notice these 2 fine gentlemen down here. So those are the Drain twins, the Drain brothers. They are wielding Drain weapons. We did find some Drain stuff in the Cathedral of the Deep. I believe the Drain set and the Drain twin hammers. Yeah. We'll get some more stuff from these guys. There's a bunch of items down there. Don't be lured into that trap. Take this little sneaky path down here instead. So you can come on in here, come check this out. You'll notice there are some baddies right here. Some slaves, Irithilian slaves. And you can grab that dark stone plate ring, which I'm not sure if we've gotten a stone plate ring yet. Oh yeah. No, we have not. Stone plates are symbols of true knights, and dark purple stone plates are granted to undead knights. Increases your dark damage absorption. God, I'm sorry, these freaking deacons up here are so dang loud. So anyway, don't worry about them. We're about to encounter them. What you want to do is go ahead and run out here. Just spectating, and they will immediately start chunking fire at you, and they have an incredibly long range to them, so be aware of that. And also their fire homes, by the way. But we just want to run over here and grab this item that we couldn't get earlier. Oh god, why do y'all hate me so much, man? We can actually come through here, and so we are actually in Pontiff Sullivan's boss room. These are actually little elevators that we can send down, which we may endeavor to do that, I guess. So what you want to do is just come over here. Go ahead and equip some Undead Hunter Charms. But first of all, notice, this little guy. Oh no. You will never escape me. A simple gem. Oh, I think that's the first one of those we've gotten. Yeah. Gem of Infused Titanite, said to be an object of infatuation for victims of stunted development. Simple weapons inflict magic damage and restore FP very gradually, to help even a simpleton muster some metal. Not a very good infusion, but what it does is makes your can't speak today. It makes your weapon scale with int, and it also very slowly recovers HP. I mean, HP, I think. So continue along up here on top of Pond of Sullivan's boss room, and you'll come across a chest with a chain facing towards us. And again, you can always, well, there we go. You can see it opening and breathing. And we're actually going to try something here just to see. We're going to pop a rusted gold coin. And then we are going to Hunter Charm this guy and go to town. He's dead. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh man, that's lucky. Yeah. So, this item that we just got, as you can see, beautiful, isn't it? My sword goes right through it, doesn't it? We have become a mimic. This is the ever-loved Symbol of Avarice. One thing about the Symbol of Avarice, it is enormously heavy. At 10.6 pounds, it's by far the heaviest headpiece in the game. It also has incredible poise for a helmet, 8.9. I think the next highest we have right now is our Lothric. It's got good defenses too. There's a downside though. The Symbol of Avarice actually, let's read about it. Head of the avaricious creature that mimics treasure chests can be worn if one so wishes. Increases soul absorption from defeated enemies as well as item discovery, but the curse of the branded also drains HP. So basically, the Symbol of Avarice is the greatest farming item in the game by far. It will greatly increase the amount of souls you get from defeating enemies, as well as greatly increase your item discovery. So it's awesome. The downside, it actually hurts you to where it drains your HP. So it's a very random drop. I recommend when you start getting gold coins, rusted gold coins, not just the rusted coins, to anytime you find a mimic, go ahead and pop a coin and then kill the mimic just to see, because there's only like 12 or so mimics in the game, and that's the only surefire way to get one. Another thing you can do, which is kind of cheesy, but hey, if you need it, you need it, is stock up on Undead Hunter Charms. You can throw the Undead Hunter Charms at a mimic. Say you've killed every mimic in the game but the last one. What you want to do is just throw Undead Hunter Charms at it and keep throwing them at him until he eventually gives it to you. You can see if you'll get it when he opens his mouth and it's just sitting there going like, you can, like, you'll see a little item pop up. So you don't actually have to kill the mimic to get the Symbol of Avarice, but yeah, that's one way to do it as well. But that way just takes forever. So if it doesn't pop up in the mimic's mouth, all you simply have to do is just throw another Undead Hunter Charm at it, and it resets the odds. So Anyway, oh, we also got this terrible, terrible item. The Golden Ritual Spear. A ritual spear presented to Dark Moon Knights before Sullivan claimed the title of Pontiff. Can also be used as a staff. Sorceries cast using this weapon channel the wielder's faith. So this is, it's a spear for one that you can use. It's also a catalyst for sorceries. Not miracles, sorceries. However, if you notice, it only scales with, well, it scales with strength and dex, but it primarily scales with faith. So it's really, really odd to have that scale with faith while you're using sorceries. It's kind of weird. It's not very good at all. I would not recommend using that. Oh my god, he freaking headshot me. Anyway, the best way to handle these freaking deacons is to just backstab every one of them. When you backstab, you are invincible. You have some invincibility frames. Oh god, I missed. Otherwise, these a-holes are just going to keep raining down fire. Look at the curve on that thing, man. Jesus Christ. So backstab as much as you can here. Come on. It takes so many dang hits to kill them, too. You can kind of use these little trees here as natural cover, but... Oh. Oh my god, I hate these things. Finally, they're all dead. What'd you drop for me, bro? Human dregs. So that is actually a covenant item. You can farm these guys for them. Proof of a duty fulfilled by the Aldrich faithful, who patiently await the devourer of God's return. Dregs are the heaviest things within the human body and will sink to the lowest depths imaginable, where they become the shackles that bind this world. So yeah, you can farm these guys to get human dregs. They're not. It's not. The easiest way to go about doing that is to just play online. That's all these covenant items you can get from online play, but you can also get them in single player. It just takes a lot longer. Shocker, right? Does not open. So as you're coming down here, we know now, we remember these guys are guarding this area. There we go. Come on. Oh, you want to go? I got some too, buddy. Old buddy, old pal. You really don't want to fight both of these guys at the same time. They're very easy one at a time though. Hey, we have that. Mr. No Poise. This one will not drop anything, but the other one did drop his twin spears. There's the Drang twin hammers. There they are. Paired spears of the Drang Knights, proclaimed descendants from the land known for the legend of Linking of the Fire. Yeah, this basically says the same thing as the other one. So coming from Drang Lake, from Dark Souls 2. Now we can finally come down here and kill these giants. So I know this is one of them right here. Also, these guys are incredibly easy to kill. They seem intimidating, but just stay at their feet. It takes just a couple hits to kill them for the most part. Don't let them squash you into oblivion like I did there. They're big and intimidating, but they're not that bad. It's not that one. Don't think it... Oh, it is this one. So he actually just staggered right there. And dead. It's literally that easy. Now we can collect all these items down here, and none of the items are really that important. Souls, embers, nothing really of value. Now we can continue up the way here through the door. And one thing you'll notice is, like, why would they put this little thing right here? Why wouldn't they just make the wall be right here? Clearly this is the path forward, but this should be a telltale sign that that is actually an illusory wall. And now this is probably the longest ladder in the game right here, so it takes a minute to slide down, unfortunately. And I do mean a minute. So down here, hello, you'll notice some interesting stuff going on. First thing we want to do is equip a bow. We also want large arrows and feather arrows there. So this is a special little area down here that's home to not one, but two Sullivan's beasts that we fought on the bridge, you remember? How do I use this thing? There we go. So what you want to do here is just go for one at a time. You do not want to fight. You do not want to run out there and fight these guys at the same time. That will be a very, very sad day, because these guys hit very, very hard. Come on. Oh, as you can see, we are dead. Like I said, they hit very, very hard. Nasty things too. Of course, it's not very difficult run back to that area. Go ahead and ember up again there. And unfortunately, all those damn deacons will be back, but the Drain Knights obviously won't be. The Giants are back, but you don't even have to aggro them. You can just come over here and avoid them altogether. I mean, these guys, they're like freaking snipers, man. Yeah, so as you can see, not a long run back particularly, but annoying nonetheless. Go ahead and get our bloodstain. Come on, friend. Oh, okay. Not sure how that happened, but whatever. Oh my god, they're full of bull crap. How are you hitting me? Finally. Oh. Sadly, that's just one of them. Come on, buddy. So I actually do recommend fighting these guys while two-handing your weapon, because they can be staggered. Oh my god. Come on, man. Finally. Oh, Jesus. So after going through that hell, we finally get one of the better rings in the game. We're actually going to take off the life ring, I believe. But once you kill those two idiots, you will get the Ring of Favor. A ring symbolizing the favor of the goddess Fina, whose fateful beauty is mentioned in legend. True to the fickle nature of Fina's favor, her ring increases max HP, stamina, and max equip load. Very, very good item. So you can kind of see right here. So our HP, our base HP is 1300 while embered. This increases it 1338. Increases our stamina by 10, so it was 114, now it'll be 124. And equip load 69 with it is 72.4. So this is such a good ring. Oh, such a freaking good ring. Go ahead and light this bonfire ASAP. Oh, what's it called again? Let's see. Water Reserve. Alright, cool. So notice we got a deep gem and human dregs. Also, you'll notice this chunky monkey sitting in the corner over here. So you want to go ahead and talk to him. He doesn't look too hot there, does he? Heck yeah, join his covenant. So after doing that, you will get the Aldrich Faithful covenant item, and you can offer him human dregs if you want. So the Aldrich Faithful Covenant, the holy symbol of the Cathedral of the Deep and crest of those who see beyond fire to the age of deep waters. Equipped to pledge oneself to the Aldrich Faithful Covenant. The faithful ensure that Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, remains undisturbed by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the ruined cathedral. So if you wear that and somebody like in their game comes to this area, they're going towards Aldrich, spoiler alert, then you can automatically be summoned to help defend that. You'll notice this guy right here. Also, you'll notice that it takes 87,246 years to climb up this freaking ladder, man. One of these days. There we go. So once you kill those guys, which I really, they're tough, but I really recommend you kill them so you can get this Ring of Favor. You're going to want to come up these stairs up here. And for Dark Souls 1, people that play Dark Souls 1, you will know exactly what this area is. Mr. Great Bow user. So I'm not even going to tell you the name of this place yet. I'm just going to tell you that's an area from Dark Souls 1. It was literal hell in Dark Souls 1. It was not a fun place. In Dark Souls 3, it's a little bit more forgiving. It's still difficult, but as you saw that first guy, and then we can see this guy, and we can't, yeah, there he is. We can see this guy. These guys all have these they're all Silver Knights, and they're all wielding great bows. They will start shooting at you as you're trying to climb up these buttresses, these trellises here. And they are very, very accurate. See? Now, if you keep moving, they're not going to hit you, but if you stay still for even a second, they will smoke you. But anyway, what we want to do though is actually, we're going to avoid this Joker altogether. We just want to come over here, come around this right side here, and then jump off right there, just so we can get the Easterner's Ashes. We will read, well, we might be able to read this item without getting pinned here. Umbral Ash of an armor merchant from an eastern land. Surely the handmaid of Firelink Shrine can turn this into a few new things. The merchant, the captain of a clan of hunters, was fascinated with weaponry. I believe that this allows the Shrine Handmaiden to sell large Titanite. I'm not 100% on that, but I think I'm right, but we'll check when we get back. So now we're up here, so that was not a good hit. We're right above them now. Like I said, these guys, they're not hard to kill. And they're very farmable for, well, not Dragon Slayer Great Bows, but hey, when it rains it pours, I guess. Great bow used by the Dragon Slayers during the Age of Gods. Far greater in size than any normal bow, and far more devastating. Must be anchored to the ground when fired, a time-consuming operation. Only specialized great arrows can be fired from the bow. So this thing is actually like massive, as you can see, and the only way to shoot it is to anchor it in the ground there. Oh, no arrows. But you can farm these guys for Silver Knight gear as well. I'm gonna get this guy to come fight us up here, I believe. Come on. Titanite shards. Hello, friend. And you can see once you get close to them, for the most part, they will take out their sword and shield. Go a little sword and board with you, of which they are rarely successful. Now we actually want to. Oh, this guy's still over here. We actually want to drop down right here. You will take some damage. That's okay. Oh, Jesus. Go ahead and... Where is it? They're actually not supposed to jump down this one. So I messed up. That's okay though. We can jump. Yes, no, I didn't mess up. So once you jump down there, you just jump down one more level, and you can get the actual Dragon Slayer Great Bow along with Dragon Slayer Great Arrows, which are the only arrows that can be fired from that. And then what you want to do is you'll just have to, it's kind of annoying, but you'll just have to jump down and you'll be back down here where all the Dick Eakins are. And you're just going to go right back where you came from. You can actually just run up this trellis right here, I believe, yeah. That guy's still over there, he's pissed. So just continue along here. Nothing to see here, folks. Except for this idiot. See if we can parry him. Like I said, they're very easy to parry. Very easy to backstab, very easy to parry. AKA, very easy to kill. You don't want to just run down there and kill these guys. You want to just bait them out. Come on. Friend, you're not going to be able to hit me from right there. Oh, there you might be able to. Come up the dang. Come on. When they do that lightning step thing, you just have to barely step to the right and you will avoid it fairly easily, so. Now you can also farm these guys for large Titanite shards as well. Oh, this one's got a spear. Spoilers. Very much harder to kill them when they have the spear. Oh, thanks for your shield, bucko. Also, they have a very good shield. The Silver Knight shield's among the best in the game, but heavy shield carried by the Silver Knights who served the old royal family. A flowing canal is chiseled deeply into its face. The Silver Knights stay behind to protect the humble manor and ruined cathedral. Though their goddess has long since left, her blessing upon her knight's shield remains. Talking about Guinevere. And now we can actually come down here. This is, in my opinion, wins an award for the most useless shortcut in the game. Of which there are quite a few, but this is, you see over there, that's Irithil. This is by far one of the most useless ones. I really don't understand it, to be honest with you. But this opens up the gate where the deacons are. But I mean, really though, there's like 4 Silver Knights, or 3 or 4 Silver Knights that you just run past. They're not that hard to evade. Whatever. Ugh, shooting fire forever, it seems like. Now you'll see we only have one path here, and that is in here. And again, if you played Dark Souls 1, you'll know exactly what this area is. If you did not play Dark Souls 1, this is the entrance to the Dark Moon Tomb. This right here is probably the best representation of Gwyn in the game. That is the Lord of Sunlight, Lord Gwyn. And just like in Dark Souls 1, it is an illusory wall. Now, this is where things can get a little interesting. So you see these 4 candles, you see this, there's like a little spot right here, item down there. Right here, I'm going to keep running just so we don't run out of time here, but check the brass stuff. Armor of a knight, once known as the Dark Moon. It is said that this brass armor hides something hideous within, aka Aldrich. Something about its silhouette suggests femininity. Who knows? If you follow Uria and Yoel's questline, and you were to not have killed that assassin in that room with Henri right when you got into Irithyll, that assassin would, after you beat Pontiff, you'll see Henri will disappear just as she did now, except for she will, the assassin, if you didn't kill it, will be right there when you come in here, when you enter the Dark Moon Tomb. It'll be on the other side of that wall. And if you continue down this, our good old gal Henri will be right here. Now, I'm not gonna, also there's a chest back here. It is not a mimic. I'm not gonna necessarily spoil what's going on here with this. This is, in Dark Souls 1, this is where you find Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is one of Gwen's sons, but let's read the Ring of Reversal. Divine ring granted to the Dark Moon Gwendolyn in his youth causes males to perform female actions and vice versa. Gwendolyn was raised like a daughter through the aura of the moon and was said to behave like a sullen, brooding goddess. So there's a reason they put that ring in here. Like I said, this is where you would find Gwendolyn. And basically, Gwendolyn, he wasn't a cross-dresser or a transvestite or anything like that, but Gwen, his parents, they raised him as a daughter instead of a son. So, but there's more about Gwendolyn later that we'll get into. For now, come over here and click on the lever, and you'll notice this thing, which is literally copy-pasted straight out of Dark Souls 1. And you just want to climb up these stairs over here. And there's just a few more things we need to do before we end this episode. Shouldn't take too long. Go ahead and rotate them back around. And again, for those of you who play Dark Souls 1, you'll know exactly what we're about to walk into. For those of you who did not play Dark Souls 1, then I would love to be the person to welcome you to Anne Orlando. Magnificent architecture, my God, it's so beautiful. We're not going to do anything in Anne Orlando right now. We are going to go ahead and get that bonfire unlocked. There's just one thing we need to do before we end the episode, and that is we're going to come down here. You don't have to push the lever again. You just want to come down here, the bottom of these stairs. And you may notice something strange if you're looking over there. A friggin' bonfire. So, what does that tell you, I wonder? Like, you look at that. That arrow just... These arrows are just sticking in midair, huh? Strange, no? So this is actually a illusory path that many new players miss. It's a pretty wide path. You can kind of go back and forth here. But when you get here, just cut it to the right, and you'll notice somebody right here. This is the prison tower. And this lovely young lady is Yorkshire.
Name thyself, stranger. I am Yorshka, captain of the Dark Moon Knights. What beckoned thee to such a place?
Remember, Cirrus of the Sunless Realms, she actually is a Dark Moon Knight, and when we befriended her, she taught us this gesture, this perform Dark Moon loyalty gesture, so we are going to use that right now.
Thou thinkst too. Very well. Captain to this knightless company I remain. I will grant thee purpose. Thou'st journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I place thee under the aegis and the power of the Dark Moon.
Ooh, she got some scrawny little arms.
Thou'rt now a blade of the Dark Moon, the only knight of our company. Swear this oath and face thy solemn duty. Oh, good blade of the Dark Moon, welcome home. If I can provide thee succor...
Oh, yeah, you can provide thee succor.
Long ago, our father Gwyn, lamenting the waning of the fire, became cinder of his own will. Now, the fire is linked by the champions who have come in his stead. Such is the will of Father and the gods. And so the Dark Moon Knights took arms to watch over those who link the fire. But long ago, our company lost its last proper knight. Only its covenant was preserved to this day, until the time of thy visit. Heirdom taketh many forms, indeed. May I pose thee a question? This tower, this prison, stands tall and solitary, the contraption bridging its lower reaches long unmoving. So, by what path didst thou here ascend? Art thou a creature of the air? Or other winged thing?
Yes, I can fly. No, I can't fly. Of course I can, though.
Oh my. I imagined it might be so. Then thou art a dragon? Or perhaps a crow? Well, whatever thou beest, thou'rt wondrous strange, yet strangely familiar, visitor. Long ago, but long ago, only Heirdom...
Yorkshire is
May the dark...
a very interesting character. She is the captain of the this covenant of the Dark Moon Blades, which we will read. There it is. A silver pendant depicting the Dark Moon and a sword, the crest of the Dark Moon Knights, the original Blue Sentinels, equipped to pledge oneself to the blade of the Dark Moon Covenant. When a member of the Way of Blue faces a dark spirit, the blades of the Dark Moon, by an ancient accord, help to root out the invader. Summoning takes place automatically when equipped. So basically, you have the Way of Blue here. If somebody, and this is all assuming you're playing online, if somebody's wearing a Way of Blue and they get invaded by someone and you're wearing a Blade of the Dark Moon, then you have the potential to invade, or like be summoned to their world to help them. So kind of convoluted. It's really hard to get all of those items, or 30, however many you need. I think it's 30 proof of Concord Keps, which are of the Blade of the Dark Moon's Covenant items. You can also farm these Silver Knights here in Anne Orlando for them. So, and now we are just going to drop down these rafters right here. And also another interesting side note: the blade, in case you're confused of who the Blade of the Dark Moon, Blades of the Dark Moon are. Oh, that's no good. The Blades of the Dark Moon are the protectors of the gods, effectively. So they are the ones who guard all of the, not secrets necessarily of the gods, but they are the ones who make sure that nobody comes to disturb the gods or their slumbers. So they're effectively protectors of the gods. Fall down here, get the Painted Guardian's curved sword. And then fall down one more to get the Painted Guardian's set. And I can just keep falling here. Try not to die, but if you do, it's no big deal. And you may recognize this area. We are back at the Church of Yorshka. In case you're wondering where it got its name from, there you go. From the chick sitting on top of it. So let's briefly read through these. Painted Guardian's curved sword is a weapon described in legends, passed down amongst heretics, wielded by the Painting Guardians. Uniquely shaped weapon with a flat tip. Very, very interesting sword, actually. Look at this little thing. It's almost like a dagger. It attacks very fast and uses very little stamina, by the way. Also of note, the Painted Guardian gown. Attire of the Painting Guardians, whose forms are described in the mythology of heretics. A smooth, pale gown that deters magic. The hunchback teller of ancient tales describes unwanted souls who are unwelcome across the lands and are eventually drawn into a cold, painted world. So that's kind of a callback to Dark Souls 1 as well. Basically, in Anor Londo, there's an area you can traverse called the Painted World of Ariamis. And these Painted Guardians are guarding the crap out of that area, so they don't want you to go in there. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you will. We will see you next time, guys. Bye.